Hello, this is Frida. Welcome to my channel. For today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to knit this scarf. It is done in brioche, and what we did is we did some tricks here to give this shape, and it just turned out fantastic. So I used up 2 balls, 1 strand to knit this, and it's pretty long. I haven't measured it, but it's pretty long. And we're going to cast on total of 27 stitches to start this, and I'm going to start it on the first row. On this one I didn't, but yeah. And then here is another one I started. I did 2 strands on this one. This one is more chunky, and I really like the texture of this. But I had 3 balls. On that one I had 2, and on this one I had 3. So I'm just I just double stranded, and this is how it looks like. See? It's super easy. I did a tutorial on how to knit brioche. I'll show it again, no problem at all. I only have 2 balls of this yarn, so I'm going to show you how to knit. I bought it from Dollarama. I do have a review. Would I buy it again? No. No. It's not bad yarn, but the thing is, when you knit with 1 strand, it is pretty thin, I noticed. But when you knit it with 2 strand, it's really nice. But it's really hard to find Dollarama yarn in 3 balls or 3 skeins or 4 skeins. So I'm not going to go and hunt. I did go to different locations. I didn't even bother going and checking this yarn if they had it or not. But that's the thing, right? If you don't have enough, it's really hard. It's not bad, but would I knit it again? I'm just going to show you how to do the stitch, and I'll finish the scarf, and that would be it, because that's the thing. It's really hard to find this yarn. If you find it, oh, by all means, I would definitely recommend, if you're knitting a hat or a scarf, do 2 strands. By 2 strands, I mean is you grab the 2 balls of this yarn, just like this. That's what I mean by 2 strand, 2 ply, you know, to give the, it's really soft, but I really like the 2 strand that I have knitted with. It's nice and chunky. Gives you a wool feeling, but it's 100% acrylic, so we know that it's not wool. And it's super soft. It's not itchy. I wish they had the thing that you just pull, right? But no one does. Okay, so let me just pull this. It's nice. Just love it how it's squishy and nice and soft. Okay, here we go. We found the end. Yeah, it's a really different yarn when you look at it. See? It is strong though. Okay, so I'm just going to move these here. I'm going to show you in one video, because and I'm not going to edit this, and I can't pause it. The camera that I'm taping it with, there's no pause button on it. So let's get started. I am using a number 7. Okay, on this 2 strand I used a number 9. It's the prime that number 9mm. It's 11 US. It's really nice to work with. Okay, so 27 stitches. I'm just going to move these here so the camera won't focus on the scarves, so it will focus on my hand. Okay, so, and I'm using this technique. Like I said, I only have 2 balls, and I'm trying to make it as long as I can, right? I'm going to knit the whole bit of yarn that I have. That's why it's really hard here in Canada to find enough yarn. And that's the reason when I order online, I buy 10 times, almost 10 times. Okay, this time, to knit the brioche stitch, I'm going to do it purlwise. Okay, and I do the Turkish technique. The yarn is over my neck, just like this. So I have 2 stitches already, and I am going to add, cast on more, and I'm doing the purl technique, just like this. So what I do is I act like I'm purling, but what I do is I put the yarn here. And then I continue repeating this until I have 21 stitches. 27, not 21, 27. It has to be an odd number. 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm doing 2-ply. What am I doing? Oh my goodness. This is 2. I don't want 2 strand because I don't have enough yarn to make a scarf. I am so sorry. Oh, I have to cut this. Yeah, I don't have enough. I only have 2 balls of this yarn, so I can't knit with, let me see if I can just do, I can do it this way. This is fast. I do it cast on faster. 4, 6, 8, was it 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 22, 24. I hope I have enough. I don't think I'm going to have enough, but let's see. 20. Let's count. 10, 20, 2, 4. 26. Perfect. One more. It's going to be hard, but I'm going to tie it at the end, hopefully. And 27. Okay, so what we do is we tie this. It's a little bit tight. I wouldn't recommend, but tie it. And then we're going to start right away. There's no wrong, there's no right sides. It's reversible, so both sides are the same. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to do purl wise knitting the brioche stitch. So the first stitch I don't knit, and the second, what I do is let's do a knit stitch, a purl stitch. Okay, the third I'm going to slide it and then do a yarn over. Purl, slide it, yarn over. So I am making one when I'm, oh, I forgot. This way, if I do it this way, this is another way you can do it, but if I do it this way, what's going to happen is it's going to get wider. We don't want that. Here, for cardigan sweaters, you can start like this, but because this is a scarf and I started with 27, I want to continue with 27. Okay, so let's start this over. I'm going to do a slide, yarn over, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to knit these 2 together. Okay, this way I'm getting rid of one, and I'm making one when I did the yarn over. The first way that I showed you, what you do is you increase your stitches, and we don't want this for the scarf. But if you're knitting a, I don't know, a cardigan sweater, you can start that way. But this is for a scarf I am showing you. Even for a hat, you can start with the first technique that I showed you, but this way, its scarf is way better. Okay, so the next one is a slide and make one. The next one is 2 purl together, slide and make 1, 2 purl together, and we repeat this until we come to the I am trying to show you as slow as I can, and I showed it at very slow at the beginning. So if this is really fast, you can go to your settings and you can slow it down. I get that question a lot. And I don't want to make any mistakes, so go back and check. And then the last one is, so we knit 2 together, we slide and we make 1. Okay, and this last one I do a knit to give that nice edge look. And then I repeat the second row, just like how I showed you. So this is a 2 stitches, so what we do is we knit, purl them together. And the next one is yarn over, slide, knit 2 together, yarn over, slide. So when you see the 2 like this, that means that you're going to be knitting them, purling them together. Yarn on the front. When you do the yarn on the front, you purl it. That means purl. Okay, if you're lost, you know that when this stitch is single, that means is make 1, slide. And when you see the 2, purl them together. Super easy, nothing confusing, just like this. I really like this stitch. I have knit so many garments with the stitch. And the last one, I do purl. Okay, so we continue knitting this until the length that you want. So I'm going to go back to my other scarf that I showed you, because I already knitted this. It's just a repeat, repeat, repeat. Just eyeball it how many rows you want. For this one, I did, let's count, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 rows. Well, not even 20. And what I'm going to show you how to do this technique. And then I did this technique to give the shape. Okay? Like a bow. Like, you know, you're squeezing. Like a candy wrap. That's how it gives you this look. Okay, so some of them I never counted. What I did is I measured. What I do is I come here and I see this is the half and this is the half, and I just measure it. That's what I did. Like I measured it, and then that's how I started this stitch. And here I think I went overboard a little bit. This one's a little bit longer, and let's count how many rows. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6. So it's about 16 to 18 rows. Yeah, depending. And this is 2 ply, so it gives a better, thicker look. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of rows, and I will show you how to do this. Okay. And my yarns are tangled. Let me just try to fix this. Too many yarn are tangled here. Okay, so I knit until I finish my ball, my yarn. Well, I don't want to do chicken yarn, so what I do is I figure out, I ball it if I have enough to bind off, and then I stop knitting and I figure out, and then I go from there. Yeah, I try not to have too much yarn left over. I try to use all of them at once. So okay, so we're gonna start this technique that I just showed you here. We're doing that squeezing part, and then here what you see is you see the knit stitch, right? So what we do is we slide this one, we don't knit it, and the yarn is on the back. Okay, we see the two together, so what we do is we knit them purlwise, and then when you see the knit stitch, we slide, we don't knit that one, and this is all we do. So purl together. So we're getting rid of those we're getting one stitch, we're getting one, and then when we do that, so we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got rid of 6 stitches, and what happens was, see what I did here, I purled it, which I shouldn't be doing. It happens. You can fix this. What I do is I frog that part, and then I fix that to give that nice edge. Yeah, if you knit it, that's what happens. Okay, so we want this nice edge at the end because it's a scarf, right? And it's gonna go for donation, so I want it nice and perfect looking. And then we fix it, see? Okay, when we go to the other side, we repeat it because we already got rid of 1 stitch. Okay, so we slide this yarn, this stitch, purlwise because the yarn was on the front. Okay, as you see, we did, this is a purl stitch and this is a knit stitch. So what we do is we purl, we knit that purl stitch. Let me just fix it because it's 2 strand. I missed the one. It's really easy if you're knitting with 2 strand. You grab one of them and you don't grab the other, and you don't want that. Okay, so when you see the knit stitch, which is a knit stitch, we just slide that as if to knit, but we don't knit it, and yarn on the back. And the purl, we purl it. We knit that purl stitch. Okay, slide. I think I repeated this 6 times with the chunky, with the thinner, with the 1 strand. I think I did it 8 times, 8 rows. We knit this way until you can see that it's ready to start the brioche stitch. So this is 2. Okay. This is 3, 3rd row. And you can see that I'm fixing my stitches, not twisting them when I'm knitting. And first time I've been getting see how loose it is? Always fix these when you get these knots. Well, no, it wasn't loose. Okay. And when I'm taping it, I get the knot. Isn't that odd? Okay, so we finished the 3rd row. So we're knitting this part right here. So again, I did 6 rows. So we're gonna do 3 more rows. So we purl the purl stitch, slide the knit stitch, purl. So we're giving that double fabric. When we're not knitting the knit stitch. That's what happens. So 4, and then you will see it's getting together. The stitches are getting together. And it shapes this nice look. I just love it. Did I make it up? Yes, I did. because I really like knitting brioche stitch scarves because I knit them fast. And so I just wanted to give a different technique, different look. And I thought, oh, this is fantastic. So I wanted to share it. I've been working on this for a couple of days now, trying to figure out, you know. I don't know if it's out there. I think we did the 5th row, just like this. Now we're doing the 6th, and then we're going to start the brioche stitch. Okay, so you know that this is a knit stitch, as it's because we're not knitting, we're sliding the knit stitch, right? So when we're doing the wrong side, this is a purl, but that you can see the stitch is twisted. So what I do is I fix that by coming it from here, and then here is where I usually knit from the front, from left to right. I don't knit that, but this is a twist stitch. What I do is I grab it from the back, right from the back like this, and I fix that stitch, and it looks nice. It looks like a knit stitch on the other side. It's nice and straight. It's not twisted. Okay, by twisted, let me show you. If you knit it like this, this is what happens. You twist that stitch, and it doesn't look good. It looks like you just started to learn how to knit, and it doesn't look good on the item that you're working on. Okay, so this is the last row, and usually, see, I forgot this one strand. Yeah, don't forget them, and that's an easy fix if you see it right away, but if you don't see it, then oh, that's going to be hard to fix that. You have to frog it or just leave it. Yeah, here, this is how you fix it, just like this. Okay. Okay, so we're done. We did 6 rows, and you will notice that because we got rid of, was it 6 stitches we got rid of? It's squeezed here, so we need to have it nice and chunky again. So we're going to add the stitches back, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so it's like starting a new, starting at the beginning. That's how you start. So we don't knit the stitch, and this is knit stitch. So what we do is we slide, and then we do a yarn over. Okay, so we're making one. So this is a purl stitch. We knit this one. Okay, because this is a knit stitch, we slide that one, and then we do a yarn over. This is a, we usually knit 2 together, but there's nothing at the beginning. So we're adding that stitch. So slide, yarn over, purl, slide, purl. And this is how we start, because we're adding those stitches back that we got rid of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're getting, oh, was it more? It was 7 then. And then what we do is, so we did the yarn over, don't miss this, and then the last stitch I do a knit, and it gives that nice look. And the second row, as you can see, it's reversible, and this is what I like about it. It's both sides are same. I like scarves that are reversible, that you can see the 2 sides are exactly the same. Okay, so what we do is we knit these together when we see the 2. Okay, and this one we do slide and yarn over. Knit 2 together. Okay, this is the knot, unfortunately. And then we knit until we have the length that we need, 18 rows, 16 rows, depends on your preference, right? And then you continue knitting just like this. Okay, so let's say you finished it, and you will see that it's getting bigger just like here. Okay, so let's say you finished it, you're finishing your yarn, and you notice, oh my goodness, it's time to bind off, right? It's pretty long. I haven't measured it like I said. Oops, I lost a couple of, and I only have this about yarn, and I know that I cannot make another this height to knit up and then bind off because there's not enough yarn here, unfortunately. I can try, but I know that it's not going to be enough because this is 2 strand. I knitted more than 18 here. Let's count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 8. Well, it was 18. Yeah. So I know that I cannot, because this is being brioche. We're knitting more than what it looks like. Okay, so let's fix this. I think I lost a stitch here, and let me fix this. Okay. So we knit 2 together, we yarn over. Okay, what did we do? I think one of the thingy is gone, so that's how you grab it to fix it. If you noticed it, because it looks like I lost that yarn over. And what I do is I fix the stitch because it's all twisted and stuff. Like this, I can fix it. And then knit 2 together and knit this last one. Okay, and we're done. So now we're going to bind off, but first we need to get rid of these extra stitches. Remember at the beginning how we added stitches, so we need to get rid of some before we bind off. Okay, to do that, we do the same method how we did it here when we got rid of the stitches. So, oh, here is the stitch that I lost. That's what happened. Okay, let's fix that. Here it is. See, I have so many needle stoppers, and you know what? I don't know where I put them. That's the thing. Okay, let's grab that. Thank God I saw it before I was, or it would frog, right? It would lose all that stitch. Okay. So, here it is. I think I fixed it. You know what? Let me grab that stitch. Okay, so we knit 2 together, yarn over, here it is. Here's the yarn over. Need to fix the stitch. This way you can see if you lose your yarn over, you can fix it like this. I didn't purposely do this, but it happens, right? We're all human beings. If you lose the end, here we go, we'll fix that one. I'm just checking if I missed any stitches that are underneath. Okay, so what we're going to do is slide this one row, we're going to do it, and then we're going to bind off after that. So we're going to knit this knit stitch, and then we're going to knit 2 together, so we're getting rid of 1. Remember how we did it at the beginning? At the beginning we did a yarn over to make 1. So we're getting rid, and then knit this one, purl together. So we're knitting the knit stitch because we're going to bind off, right? We don't want that to slide. Okay, now we are ready to bind off. And we just bind off. The way I bind off is I knit 2 together. Just like this. What I do is I knit 2 together. And then put the yarn here. And continue knitting like this, binding off. This is all to it, and then you will have a perfect scarf for your loved ones, for your friends, if you're donating. And it looks like I missed another stitch here. No, I didn't. It's really odd. It looked like it was a stitch. Yeah, just be careful when you're knitting. Like if you see that it looks like, just pull it out and fix it. Yeah. And this is how it looks like. Knit 2 together, put it back to the needle, knit 2 together. This is how I do it. There are different techniques, and this is one of them that 99% I do, or 98%. Okay, and we're done. We knit these 2 together, and we're done. What I do is I secure this last stitch just to be on the safe side. Okay, so what I do is just like this. You know, when I'm doing crochet, I do this extra just to be on the safe side, and I will weave the end, pull it, and I will weave. I'm not going to do, well, I do have a little bit leftover yarn. I might do fringe, yeah. It depends on if you have yarn left over. So I will let this, and I will cut it later. And this is how you knit this this stitch. And I hope you like this tutorial. I tried to be short to the point to show you how to knit the stitch. And this is how it looks like. Yeah, and here's the bulky one. If you like this video, please give me the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, share it with your family and friends, and don't forget to hit that notification button so every time I post a new video, you will be notified, indicating there's something new for you to watch. Happy knitting! Bye-bye!